The Indo-American Chamber of Commerce has conducted the India-US Legal Services Summit, organized in collaboration with the Bar and Bench, Society of Indian Law Firms, Services Export Promotion Council and Chartered Institute of Arbitrators. The aim of the summit is to promote cooperation between legal professionals from India and the United States on corporate and legal issues. This historic event marks a significant step towards enhancing collaboration and understanding between legal professionals in India and the US, fostering a stronger Indo-US legal partnership.
So can you talk about the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce and the event that is there, and how important is this event for both India and US?
It is very important not just for the two governments, that is the United States and Indian government, but also for the legal professionals of the two countries. Because I firmly believe that governments cannot enter into agreements, bilateral agreements, conventions, protocols and joint ventures unless they have the legal support. And in order to get legal support, the involvement of legal professionals from both the countries is very essential. These legal professionals, they highlight that what are the issues, what are the stumbling blocks for the implementation of the economic policies, economic activities, what are the possibilities of remedying those situations which exist today, so that there could be more harmonious growth and understanding between the two countries. Therefore, to get together the legal professional of the United States and legal professionals of India, this first ever Legal Services Summit has been organized, and is a good participation from our US counterparts and from our Indian counterparts, including, you see, the Attorney General of India, the Solicitor General of India, the Additional Secretary of the Ministry of Law and Justice, besides other dignitaries who are participating. Therefore, this conference, being the first ever, but it is a trend setter, and it will lead to a lot of understanding so far as India and United States are concerned, and particularly with regard to the economic cooperation and development is concerned.
And sir, can you talk about the committee that is being formed between both US and India in terms of the bilateral India-US business?
Yes, there's a useful suggestion which has been accepted right away by this summit, is that a task force, a committee should be constituted of top US lawyers and some top Indian lawyers, which should be like a permanent body to address the issues which the business community, which the multinational companies, they face so far as implementation, investments are concerned, our trade cooperation is concerned. So that is for a mutual benefit. So that is being set up immediately.
So my very last question to you would be, this is the first time ever, like you said. So what expectation do you have per se with something this magnanimous and something like this, which is happening for the first time?
Yeah, the obvious thing is that first, when we say first, it means that there will be second also. There will be third also. We want to make it, we want to institutionalize this every year, because new issues will keep on coming up. So far as the policies are concerned, the new laws are concerned between India and US. Therefore, it will require a constant, you see, monitoring of the situation by the legal professionals. Therefore, this is a very useful committee which will be set up.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, I am Dr. Lalit Bhasin. I'm a lawyer. I'm the immediate president of the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce. I'm the president of the Society of Indian Law Firms, which has about 140 top law firms of the country as its members. I am also the immediate past president of the Bar Association of India, and currently, you see, the chairman emeritus also of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, among other things.
So this is the first time ever that is happening between India and America. So what are your expectations basically for this, event that's slated to take place?
Well, India and US have had a long period of cooperation. This is an opportunity where the lawyers from both countries come together annually and discuss. So the expectation is that we'll be able to build bridges and create pathways for cooperation between the two economies. We'll play to our respective strengths. After all, we are amongst the top 5 economies, both sides. And that will make a huge difference to the country. Employment generation, climate change, issues of finance, technology, all of those will get addressed.
According to you, how do you think the bilateral ties, or per se talking about the legal spheres, how can that be strengthened between the two very powerful nations, India and US both?
By talking and finding solutions. To understand what are the barriers. Once you understand the barriers, then how do you treat it? Is a disease or illness? You first go and do an examination to understand what the problem is, then you find a solution.
And also talking about your very your segment that happened, your panel, how do you plan to implement in the real world scenario?
We have already agreed that we will share the actual perspectives that were given by the speakers in the panel to IACC to take it up with the government, and we will support them. I don't see any reason why this should not go to the next level and create a platform for the two countries and their enterprises to come together and do something wonderful for the economies.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So I'm the managing partner at law firm Hammurabi and Solomon Partners. We are a pan-India law firm. We have our offices in Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, Ahmedabad. So we are present across the country. That's what we are.
And ma'am, talking about the event that is the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce, and this is also the first time ever. So what expectation do you have for this first time ever India-US legal services summit that's happening?
I think these kind of summits bring India and US closer to each other, because we are talking about the laws which are existing, what are the laws which needs to be changed. As we heard the learned Attorney General also talk about what are the kind of legal frameworks that we require to enable the country have a better working relation between the two countries. So I think there is a lot which can be achieved through these conferences, and that is the whole idea behind having this conference. We are able to talk about what are the concerns which the Indian lawyers have when it comes to enforcement of an award in USA, and similarly what are the concerns that the US lawyer has when it comes to enforcement of award in India. So if we are able to have more dialogues like this, I think we'll be able to achieve better results, and we'll be probably able to also focus on the changes that are required, legislative framework that is required to be changed in order to have better cooperation between the two countries.
And my very last question to you would be, according to you, how do you feel India and US bilateral ties, or even talking about legal issues, can be strengthened in terms of summits like this?
Yeah. I think when we are able to express our concerns more vocally with each other in seminars and conferences like this, then we are able to also have a backward working in terms of bringing those legislative changes which are required. So I think just taking the cue from the earlier speakers in the morning session who actually gave us some direction of how the laws are required to be changed to have a better bilateral ties between the two countries, we will probably, the legislative department of our country and our law framers will also then consider those issues and work towards improving the situation in this regard. So these conferences are very important in terms of bringing bridging the gaps that are existing and bringing the countries a little closer in terms of business.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.